My family made me sit at the kids' table during my own graduation dinner, but I had the last laugh when the bill came. I'd just graduated med school, top of my class. My parents insisted on celebrating at this fancy steakhouse downtown. When we got there, my dad pointed to this tiny corner table. "You sit there, kiddo. The adults need to discuss your future." I'm 26. I just became a doctor, but apparently, I'm still kiddo. They sat at the main table. My parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, ordering champagne, lobster, everything expensive on the menu. I sat alone watching them toast to our family's success while I wasn't even included. That's when I got an idea. I called the waiter over and quietly said, "See that big table? I'm paying for everything. Just bring me the check when they're done." He nodded and walked away. For the next hour, I watched them feast. $300 wine bottles, multiple appetizers, desserts. They were having the time of their lives. My aunt ordered 3 different entrees just to try them. My uncle got the most expensive scotch on the menu. My mom kept calling the waiter over like he was her personal servant. And through it all, I sat in my corner, sipping water, watching them celebrate my achievement without me. My cousin Hannah kept taking photos for Instagram. "Family dinner vibes," she posted, making sure I wasn't in any of the shots. Uncle Joseph started telling embarrassing stories about my childhood. "Remember when little Zachary wanted to be a superhero?" They all laughed while I sat there feeling like I was 12 again. Finally, they started getting up to leave. That's when I stood up and announced, "Thanks for celebrating with me, everyone. Dinner's on me tonight." They all cheered and hugged me. My dad even said, "Now that's what I call family." My mom teared up. "You're so generous, sweetheart. We're so proud." I paid the now $400 bill with a smile, left a generous tip too. The waiter looked impressed. But here's the thing. I'd already called ahead and reserved that corner table under my dad's name and requested the waiter put everything on the reservation holder's card. I just paid with my own card to be nice. Their card was still on file as the primary payment method. 20 minutes after I left, I got the call. "Sir, your father's card was declined. They need you to come back." I didn't go back. Instead, I drove to my apartment and opened a bottle of wine I'd been saving. My phone started buzzing immediately. "Dad, what the hell happened? They're saying our card was charged." "Mom, honey, there's been some mistake at the restaurant." "Uncle Carl, kid, you need to fix this. They won't let us leave." I ignored them all and poured another glass. An hour later, my dad showed up at my door. His face was red, veins popping on his forehead. "They made us wash dishes," he said through gritted teeth. "Your mother, your aunt. We spent 2 hours in that kitchen because your little stunt." "My stunt?" I laughed. "You mean celebrating my medical degree? You know what you did." "That waiter said you set this up." I shrugged. "I paid for my dinner. You guys handled yours." He started pacing my living room like a caged animal. "This is about the table, isn't it? You're upset about where you sat?" "I'm upset that you treated your son like a stranger at his own graduation dinner. It was just seating arrangements." "No, Dad. It was you showing me exactly where I stand in this family. So I showed you where you stand with me." He went quiet for a minute. Then he said something that actually surprised me. "The restaurant manager felt bad for us. Said he'd never seen anything like it. A family celebrating someone and leaving them out." I waited. He asked whose graduation it was. When we pointed to your empty table, he just shook his head. My dad sat down on my couch, suddenly looking older. "Maybe we messed up." I nodded. "You did. So what now? You're just gonna cut us off?" I thought about it. "No, but next time we go out, I pick the table and we celebrate together. All of us." He agreed. The funny part? My mom called the next day asking if I could lend them money to pay off their credit card bill. I said sure, right after they apologized to every single waiter they met that night. 6 months later, when I got my first job at the hospital, they took me out again. Same restaurant. This time, we all sat together at one big table. And guess what? I still paid the bill. But this time, it actually felt like celebrating family.